want to talk about a couple of things. While you're seeing us going down the road in high speed mode, I'm going to skip the music this time and just do a little bit of talking. One thing, first thing is, if you're wanting to get into doing this, and if you notice, I have different music on my lead-in today. That's if I remember to change it. Here's what's going on. YouTube, after you're a member for a certain amount of time or post a certain amount of videos, I don't know exactly how it is, but they invite you to become a partner and monetize your videos, which means you let us put a commercial in there, and if somebody clicks on the commercial, we'll pay you. I hadn't seen a penny from it yet, but anyway, really not doing this for the money, I'm doing this for fun. And if I can make just a little bit of money to help recoup my equipment costs, then I'm perfectly happy with it, because these cameras aren't cheap. Alright, I've got a $400 camera and a $300 camera hanging up here on the dashboard. My quad, that's $430 for one quad, and I have two quads. Still got to rebuild that one. And another $300 for my transmitter. Batteries are $30-something a piece. Then, of course, accessories for the GoPros aren't cheap either. So there is a monetary investment. Now, what I'm getting into on this, on the monetization and all, is copyright laws. I have been using a song that I downloaded from a site called Jamendo, JAMENDO.com. And what that website is, it's set up for you to obtain music that you can put into your videos. And there's different kinds of copyright licenses. And what I've been using is a song by, oh Lord, I want to say Ali Knight. Ali Calvine, something like that, C-A-L-V-I-N-E, called Army of Hell. That was the lead-in song. And every single video I uploaded, I get hit with a copyright notice and I have to dispute it, because the song is listed as having a Creative Commons license. In other words, we put it out there just for you to use. Now, the Creative Commons licenses have different levels. One of them is use at will. Then there's use it as you will, but make sure that you tell everybody that it's my song and that's the title of the song. Give me credit in the video. Now, that is how Army of Hell by Ali Calvine is listed. Creative Commons, give credit, okay? Then there's some that are Creative Commons, give credit, don't use for commercial, money-making stuff, things like that. In other words, you can use it in your video just as long as your video is not monetized. Then there's some that you have to pay in order to use. Either a one-time fee or a per-use fee. Now that per-use is per publication, not per view. So every time you put it in a video, you have to pay them a certain royalty. Now, the issue I ran into is they kept claiming that it was a different song. I didn't really pay attention to it, to what they were saying at first. I just filed my dispute, put in there Creative Commons license, credited in video, and it would go through and it would go through, and they reset it. And then all of a sudden, now I'm a week and a half behind on my appeals. So I sent them a comment saying, hey, you know, we're a week and a half behind. I've already got videos up that you should have already had the appeal done, because when I first started getting the appeals, it would be cleared less than an hour. And then yesterday I got bombarded with, your appeal's been denied, your appeal's been denied, the claim's been reinstated. And I looked a little bit closer into it, and it's claiming it was a different song, War Trailer by somebody else. And to reinstate my appeal, I'm subject to civil litigation. So I went ahead and got the exact web page and showing everything and sent that up to them. But I decided to also look up the song that they claimed it was. And lo and behold, they sound almost identical. I mean, the differences are negligible, in my opinion. So I can see why they would think that they're the same song. It's the same music. And I had to listen to them separately, of course. Probably the best thing for me to do is download the other song and look at it on a audiograph and compare beats and tones and all this other stuff, because that's how the computer figures out what the song is. It samples the audio tones, puts it in the audiograph, and says, okay, this graph matches this graph, so it has to be that song. And they'll even get you on ambient music. I had the radio on one time. They got me on that one. And, of course, I didn't appeal that. I felt that one was legitimate because I did have the music in the background and it was copyrighted. So I didn't dispute that. The only problem is I couldn't take it out of the video because it was ambient music along with, you know, everything else. So I picked it up with my voice. But anyway, we've got these two different songs. One of them is listed as Creative Commons, commercial use allowed, credit only. And the other one is pay per use. You have to pay a royalty fee. And it's like over $100. So when I stop tonight, I'm gonna redo all my my leader, my intro, and try to find some other good music. I mean, I actually like that piece, but I'm gonna have to find something different that's got a good rhythm to it. You know, makes a good leader intro piece for me to use. Now, my trailer piece that you see at the end of the videos, that is the final section of Ride of the Valkyrie by Wagner, and it is no longer copyrighted. The release that I'm using was never copyrighted. So the original music is not copyrighted, and the release itself by whichever orchestra did it, that orchestra did not copyright the music. So I don't have any issues there. Dang it, OD. Yo, if you see something that looks weird when I'm going through the high-speed section, because the timing ain't going to match up, we're probably already past that point. OD's playing Dragonfly on me, and I had a car on my butt. I didn't want to hold the car up, so I got back behind OD, and then OD slows back down. Since we're going uphill, we're loaded light, he isn't. Anyway, that's it on copyright information. So, if you get a copyright claim, make sure the songs match up. Do like one tune at a time. Now the intermediate songs that I've been using, mostly by, I believe it's pronounced Rataxes, R-A-T-A-X-E-S. I've never gotten a copyright claim on their music, so that's not an issue. They're also Creative Commons, credit only, commercial use allowed. So I'm going to see if I can find a short clip by them that I can use. I need 35 seconds or so, between 30 and 40 seconds for my leader. The Army of Hell is 35 seconds long. And I want to keep it around that same amount of time, because it gives me enough time for all the little flying intro, the welcome to our show, Floyd, Christina, and Alizé, and then the music by 30 seconds, 30 second range, 35 second range is good for that. No, my intro's not as fancy as Trucker Josh's. He's put a lot of time and a lot of work into his, and it looks cool. I really like Trucker Josh's. I wish I knew how to do as much as he does, but I'm an old geezer from back in the days of the Commodore 64 and the Atari 800, and hadn't worked with the newer software that much. So I'm just doing what I can, try to make it as nice as possible and learning as I go. But pay attention to music. If you get a claim, verify that you are allowed to use the music, which you should do before you even insert it. Verify that it's legal use, that if it requires that you give credit, give credit. These people are out here, they're sort of like us, okay? They have a talent for creating music, and they're using this to advertise, to get out. And then they can eventually, get contracts for like writing commercial music and things like that, so they can earn a living at it. Some of them, they do it just for fun. If they do it just for fun, then typically you have the Creative Commons wide open license, royalty free, whole 9 yards. But the ones that are doing it to try to get their foot in the door, they may charge, they'll require credit, things like that. But I don't believe in taking somebody else's work without giving them the credit that they ask for. So first, make sure that you are allowed to use the song. You're giving appropriate credit where it's due. If they require payment, monetary, royalties, whatever, pay them. And if you don't want to pay for the music, giving the credit as it's due. That's why all my music tracks you'll see credit, except for the one on the closer, because that is non-copyrighted, wide open available. Alrighty, we are stopping
arriving at Walmart Supercenter on the left.
Well, that ought to answer your question. We are in York, Nebraska at Walmart. And to show you how popular Walmarts are,
please drive to highlighted route.
Just wait till you see what we're about to see. Look at all these trucks parked here. Wow. Now I'm coming in here to do a little bit of shopping. And most of these drivers probably shopping too. But wow. That's the most trucks I have seen in a Walmart in a long time. Sorry about the wipers, sorry about the smudge on the windshield, but it just started raining a little bit about a mile out. So. But anyway, I am going to take Alizé for a little walk, and then I'm going to go in and play customer. Okay, I want to say a couple of things about this Walmart here in York, Nebraska. First, about Walmart in general. Are you nuts? You're discontinuing the GoPro, the most popular action camera in the world, and you're bringing in this big, huge, tubular-looking thing that's got these slide switches on it that are difficult to move. What's wrong with you? Bring back the GoPro and GoPro accessories. Alright? I mean, it's crazy for you to discontinue GoPro stuff, Walmart. I mean, it's bad enough that you didn't have the black edition. Only had the silvers and whites. But to discontinue the GoPro entirely, you're nuts. And I found this out by looking for accessories in a whole bunch of different Walmart stores and can't find them. So enough for Walmart in general. Now, as far as this particular store in York, Nebraska, I really like you. I really appreciate you. Now, we don't come up here much anymore. But you know, I counted trucks out here. There's 25 trucks right now, plus a couple of motorhomes parked here in their parking lot. And I've parked here before, never had any issues with them. There are Walmarts around the country that put up barricades and stuff like that so trucks can't come in, but they got no problem with motorhomes coming in. Don't make no sense. But a couple of years ago, we were caught in a real bad snowstorm. And, of course, everybody was getting off the highway. The highway was being shut down and all. And there's two truck stops over here. There's a Sapp Brothers right over there across the street. Now I'm pointing back out toward the main road. The store is behind me. And there is a Petro. I believe it's Petro, over across the highway. And trucks were lined up big time trying to get into either one of those. So I just headed to the Walmart parking lot. And within an hour, there were over 100 trucks parked in here. And the management staff did not cause any issues for us. And we were stuck for 2 days. They're open 24 hours. We could go in, use the restroom, use the sinks, wash our face and all. Didn't have any showers, of course, but we could still wash up. We could get groceries as we needed. And, you know, we had facilities that we could use. Now, Walmart could have been mean and told us all to leave. Which, like I said, there are some Walmarts around the country that do that. They don't want trucks in their lots. But I'm looking here at how many trucks are here. There's another one pulling in right now, and I'm getting ready to pull out. I'm just here for my 30 and to do a very, very little bit of shopping this time. But we, as an industry, depend on stores like Walmart, easy access from the interstate, big parking lots, and they have just about everything we need. But some of them, like I said, put up barricades. Some, you know, will let you park behind the store and walk all the way around. Not good, because there are some drivers with disabilities. I'm limited on how far I can walk. I've got a disability courtesy of Uncle Sam. And for me to walk all the way around the building, do my shopping, then come all the way back around the building with the buggy or whatever. Where we park in Vegas, it's quite a walk. Then the buggies lock up before I even get to where the truck is behind Sam's. So I have to swap buggies from the Walmart buggy to the Sam buggy, which there's usually some right there at the end of the Walmart store, and then take the Sam's buggy the rest of the way to the truck. But this one here in York, I really appreciate you. You've bailed us out in the snowstorm. The staff is always courteous, and I just want to give you a thumbs up, a like, however you want to put it. Just want to say thank you to the Walmart in York, Nebraska. Thank you.